Greetings from New York City. I'm Phil and we're running the bridges. This is a video series where we visit all the bridges in New York City that you can run across. The big, the small, the old, the new, the world famous icons, and the ones you've never even heard of. And today we are completing our survey of the bridges of the Ward's Island, Randdal's Island complex with, of course, the Triborough Bridge. And this is our third and the final leg that we're covering in this series. This is the leg that goes from Ward's Island onto Queens. And I just wanted to show you because this is kind of a neat little engraving in the bridge. And we are very here. We're at the walkway between Ward's Island and Queens. So this is the third and final leg of the Triborough Bridge and the sixth and the final bridge involving Ward's Island and Randdal's Island. And just to recap, we started with the Bronx Kill footbridge across the Bronx Kill from between Bronx and Randdal's Island. The Ward's Island footbridge between 104th Street in Manhattan and Ward's Island. That's a footbridge. Those are both footbridges only. Another footbridge, the Little Hellgate Bridge, that goes between Randdal's Island and Ward's Island, even though the two islands are mostly joined by landfill now. It crossed the Little Hellgate, a little strip of water that used to completely separate the two islands. And so there was that bridge. And then the three bridges of the Triborough Bridge between Bronx and Randdal's Island, between Manhattan and Randdal's Island, and now between Queens and Ward's Island. And so this, of course, is a major piece of infrastructure. I'll just kind of recap some of the major points. Again, it was built between 1929 and 1936. It was the start of the Triborough Bridge and Tunnel Authority. It founded the Triborough Bridge and Tunnel Authority, which, of course, notorious Robert Moses became the head of, and that started his reign of power, I guess you could say. It was built about the same time as the Midtown Tunnel, Queens Midtown Tunnel. Hence Triborough Bridge and Tunnel Authority. Later came to encompass other bridges. So it was built between 1929 and 1936. It was, construction was suspended for a couple of years, from 1932 to 1934 because of funding problems. And, I didn't get a good shot of the bridge from here. That's all right. So it spent a couple of years for funding problems. So that's why it took so long. But there are three separate bridges. They are connected for motor vehicles by an elevated roadway across Ward's Island and Randdal's Island, a viaduct that connects the three bridges. For pedestrians, runners, cyclers, they are completely separate bridges. You go down onto land for each one. And Randdal's Island and Ward's Island sits in the middle of the confluence of the East River, which runs between Queens and Manhattan, Harlem River between Manhattan and Bronx, and Long Island Sound between Bronx and Long Island, or in this case, Queens. So it sits in the middle of this confluence of bodies of water, joins the three boroughs, and here we are. So this bridge, I don't have a real good shot of it from here, but I'll post a picture, bing, so you can see what it looks like. Okay, and so this bridge connects Ward's Island, like I said, with Queens, with the Astoria neighborhood in Queens. Very lively, very vibrant neighborhood, and one of the really nice areas of Queens, I think. And right now we are on Center Road on Ward's Island, and here's the bridge entrance right here, as a matter of fact, the pedestrian walkway entrance. Back when it was constructed, it did have a walkway on both sides. The walkway on the opposite side, right now I'm kind of on the east, which curves around, it'll be to the north. But there was a walkway on the other side, the west, that curves around to the south when it was built. And I do have a little bit of just a video footage of kind of a little bit of remnants. It's basically been completely removed, but there are some remnants of it. I'll kind of show you a little bit of that here. Okay, and this is just a quick look at the south side, and because I'm looking for evidence of the previous walkway, and it looks like the entire walkway has been removed, but you can kind of see those little support arms sticking out. It looked like it would have supported a walkway, like just above where that temporary construction decking is. You see those support arms sticking out, and if you look at the anchorage over there, you can see that gate. Looks like it gated off where the entrance would come, because that's where it climbs the stairs on the other side, and I think that's so it would have come out from there. So I think there is evidence, some very little evidence remaining of the previous walkway that used to be on the south side. Okay, and this entrance currently here, this is not very old. This was put here 2007 or so. But the pedestrian walkway used to see. There's the roadway up above. It used to continue all the way along the roadway, all the way back there to Randdal's Island. And I'll pause here for just a second and show you of like where the original pedestrian walkway entrance was. Okay, so just pause here for a second. Okay, so here again, like I said, the original pathway used to go the entire length of the roadway, and so we're on like on the north end of Randdal's Island. We're not far from the Bronx crossing. There's the train tracks, and there's a train going overhead right now, Amtrak. And we're not far from the Bronx crossing. So you used to have to go all the way along Ward's Island, all the way along Randdal's Island, the whole length of this roadway, and then it came down right there across the roadway there, and you can even see, like you see those little thingies there. Those are the remnants of the supports for what used to be the ramp that went down to the ground, because that's where it used to be. And I ran a 50K race back in 2004 that utilized that walkway. And I'm pretty sure it came from Manhattan across the footbridge, the 104th Street footbridge, and then came over here, and we went from here up the ramp into Queens. But yeah, so that was, you had no choice but to run that whole long distance. So and so it's better now. But I just wanted to show you that where the original entrance for the pedestrian pathway was. And this, like this on-ramp here, or it's an off-ramp. It's an off-ramp from the bridge down onto the island for vehicles. That's new. That's only been here a few years, but that does also, that would also have been in a conflict with the pedestrian walkway at that time. So that was all part of the same plan, I'm sure. So anyway, back to the bridge now. Okay. Okay, so now you got to see where the original entrance is, and this entrance they did a lot of construction. Oh my goodness, they had like a temporary walkway on the bridge itself, and it was kind of scary because if you have a fear of heights, this bridge would be a white knuckler for you. All right, and I'll kind of show you that, but like they redid. So this is what the entrance looks like now. You know, it's kind of caged in there, and they have this nice paved bikeway there, and so now there's a few facts about this bridge. Like I said, the Triborough Bridge are all three separate bridges. The Bronx leg is a truss bridge, which I've shown you. The Manhattan leg is a vertical lift drawbridge, which I've also shown you. This is a suspension bridge, as you saw from that picture. So this is, and it was designed by Othmar Ammann, a Swiss-American engineer who also designed the George Washington Bridge, the Throgs Bridge, the Bronx Whitestone Bridge, the Bayonne Bridge, and the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, as well as the 104th Street, the Ward's Island footbridge that we discussed just a few weeks ago. It's just beautiful design. And this was, so now some of the stats on this, the center span is 1,380 feet long, and each side span from tower to anchorage is 700 feet. So you get about 2,700 feet from anchorage to anchorage. Now I measured this on my Garmin from the ground on this side to the ground on the Queen's side. It's about 1.25 miles. So it's a good extended run, about 1.25 miles. And there are some stairs on this bridge. So you get to the anchorage and you'll ascend some stairs, which I'll show you that, and then you descend on the other side coming down, and then right when you come to the ground in Queens, you descend some stairs. So it's a little bit of a hassle for cyclers, and cyclists must dismount, walk bikes. They never walk their bikes, but like I said, I'll show you this. If you have a little bit of a fear of heights like I do, you'll be a little bit nervous. I've run across this bridge like 100 times now. I still get a little bit nervous. I would be really nervous riding across this on a bike. I have ridden across it on a bike, but I'm very nervous doing so. But I'll show you that. I think technically we're not supposed to do photography on the bridge, but I'll just kind of show you what it would look like if we were allowed to have photography on the bridge. But anyway, so I think that's about all I need to show you from this side. So we'll pause it here. I'll spare you from my entire jog across the bridge here, but I'll show you part way across the bridge what it looks like. And it's gorgeous views too. Okay, so we'll pause here and I'll be right back. Okay, and also no video of the Triborough Bridge, Randdal's Island, Wards Island would be complete without showing you this. And I showed you a little bit of this on the first video with the Bronx Kill Footbridge, which is behind me, about a quarter mile, third of a mile maybe. But this is the Hellgate pathway, and it goes underneath the train tracks, and you got these piers, and it's just gorgeous. And it's beautiful, and that's looking to the north, right there. It's just an absolutely great place to run. And if it's sunny, you're in the shade, and if it's raining, you're dry. And there's a restroom right over on there, and so you got everything you need. All right, I just had to show you that. It doesn't have anything to do with the crossings, but it does have to show you with running on Randdal's Island, Wards Island. It's just gorgeous. All right. Okay, and again, just a little bit of a glimpse of the facilities here on Randdal's Island, Wards Island. So now I'm on Wards Island. There's the Hellgate Bridge, one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful bridges in New York City. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous. And right behind me there is the Queen's leg of the Triborough Bridge. Beautiful. And we're on this pathway here, right along the water, and right across the Hellgate is Astoria Park. So that's a little bit of a glimpse of that area as well. All right. I should also mention there is a stairway entrance partway up the ramp. I know I'm partway up the ramp. And there is this stairway entrance if you are coming from Wards Island, perhaps. So that's that. Just for your information. All right, continuing on. Okay, so here we are on the bridge itself, and we are approaching the stairs here. So these are the stairs you have to climb, and just to look over, so you can see the soccer fields, the fields of Wards Island, and the Hellgate Bridge. I'll show you a picture of that. You'll get a better picture of that in a little bit here. But so here are the stairs you have to climb, and so now we are going to be about 15 to 20 feet, how far this is, above the roadway. Very interesting thing here. All right. And there's the tower, the first tower. Main cables. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, so and there's a little bit of the view of the Manhattan skyline, the Queens skyline, Long Island City over there. All right, so I'll pause it for here, and I'll show you again here in a little bit. All right, so just a little bit of the view. Look at that view of Manhattan way on the other side. Isn't that just beautiful? And you can even see right off there a little bit, you can see the Queensboro Bridge there, a little bit farther down there. And you can see, look at the bridge on the other side. The construction they're doing, I think they're just currently removing the previous walkway. Because, I mean, look, you can see like the remnants of the railings. Like, here's the railing here that we're on. You can see the remnants of the railings there. So we are at the tower now, the first tower. And when I say if you're afraid of heights, because right when you get over the water, that tall fencing drops away, and it's just like a 4-foot railing. You see, there's the Hellgate Bridge, and isn't that gorgeous? I think it's very possibly the most beautiful bridge in New York City, one of the most beautiful. So just take a second to appreciate that. It's a railroad-only bridge. It has 2 tracks for Amtrak and 1 track for freight. And so basically, those are the tracks that go up to New England. So the trains leave Penn Station, go through a tunnel into Queens. They eventually go above ground, cross that bridge, follow the tracks along Randdal's Island, and then into the Bronx and up to Connecticut, Boston, New England, and also, see, we're not terribly far from LaGuardia Airport. You see a plane landing right there, but also right down there, Astoria Park, which is a beautiful park. It's a beautiful destination. It'd be a great place to run to if you're running across the bridge from Manhattan. Hit some of Randdal's Island, then go across there into Astoria Park. They have a track there. They have some pathways. It's a really nice park. They also have one of the largest, the largest public swimming pool in the city. Probably one of the largest public swimming pools anywhere. But look at that. Okay, I'm going to put this away now, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, just one more second to appreciate all of this. Empire State Building, wow. All right, so now we're coming down off of the bridge into Queens, and here's the stairway coming down off of the bridge. You see the bike riders have to either use that little track there or just carry it. Most of them, I think, just carry it up and down. And you have one of the nice little things here. You have this little plaque. Pedestrian walk to Randdal's Island Park, which I think is kind of cool. And then you have the more modern signage. And we are at 27th Street and Hoyt Avenue North. And I'm just going to pause to turn this around and put it back on the selfie stick to finish it up for you. All right, so that completes our survey of the bridges of the Triborough Bridge and the 3 bridges of the Triborough Bridge and all 6 bridges of wards in Randdal's Island. I hope you enjoyed that. So now we are down here, like I said, at 27th Street and Hoyt Avenue North. We're in the Astoria neighborhood of Queens, which is a very vibrant neighborhood. Right behind me, towards the water, go down about a half a mile and you'll get to Astoria Park, which is a big park. It's a beautiful park, nice one to run in. Otherwise, if you are finishing up a run and you are looking for a bite to eat, plenty of places to eat, plenty of, especially like at this corner here, 31st Street, just behind me, you see the elevated subway station. That's the N train. So the N train is right here. It takes you into Midtown Manhattan in no time at all. Plenty of places to grab something to eat there. You can catch a bus. It goes back across the bridge. The M60 bus goes across the bridge back into Harlem. If you're going in Harlem in northern Manhattan, it's a great place. And like I said, wards in Randdal's Island has all the park facilities, ball fields, picnic areas, and pathways and so forth. Does not have food. Does not have retail. It does, except maybe like for a snack shop on like summer weekends by the comfort stations. It's got other facilities. It's got the wastewater treatment plant. It's got firefighter training center. It's got the psychiatric hospital, which I think is a high security psychiatric hospital. It's got MTA has some offices there. The state police have some offices there. It does not have like food or retail. So finish up a run there, come here to Astoria, get a bite to eat. And you can also see, oh, I'll show you behind me, because yeah, you can see the one tower there still, of part of the one tower of the bridge. So I hope you enjoyed that survey of all the bridges. It's definitely worth your time to come explore all of that. And gosh, I don't know what else to say. But thank you for watching. We will see where the wind takes us next time, because I do not know. All right, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you.